alrighty, so when I look at this, okay, so my CO went from a 1 negative to a 0. What did it do? It gained? It lost. Remember, I'm losing negatives, right? So this one went from a 1 negative to a 0, so it must have lost electrons, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So what was it? Wasn't it reduced?
Yes.
Okay, my Na went from a 0 to a 1 positive, so it had to have
CO2 lost an electron though, right? So wouldn't it be oxidized?
Oh.
So they're both oxidized.
Yeah. This is oxidized. Well, how's that possible?
That's not possible.
So it went from a 1 negative to a 0, so it lost electrons, right? Na, oh, I screwed that up, didn't I? What did I do wrong here? Yeah, this one should have been a positive there, and that one should have just been Na like that, huh? Is that right? So that's a positive one, and that's a 0. Is that what that should have been? Yeah. There you go. So now, this one gained an electron, right? Because it went from a positive 1 to a 0. Didn't that gain an electron?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was reduced, which means this had to be oxidized. It had to have lost an electron to go from a 1 negative to a 0. Yeah, sorry about that. I put them both I put them on opposite sides. They should have been on the same side. Which then, by default, if that's oxidized, that makes it my reducing agent. If that's reduced, it makes it my oxidizing agent. Probably should have went to the book from that, so just pulling it out of my head. Oh well. Anybody else?
Will you do an example of when you name the compound and it has a mineral there?
Yeah. Yeah, so let's say I did so let's say I did PDO2. Okay. So I know O2 is a what? Well, first off, where do I know palladium is? Anybody know where palladium is?
No transition though.
It's a T metal, right? The minute I see that it's a T metal, I think that it's probably going to have a what? More than one oxidation state, which means when I name it, it's probably going to have a what? Roman numeral, right? Now I just got to figure out what that Roman numeral is. Well, what is O 99% of the time? Two negative, right? But I got two of them, so I've got a net 4 negative, correct? Well, I've only got one palladium, so it must have been a 4 positive, right? That 4 positive is what goes in my word, or in my name, and it would be palladium 4 oxide. That makes sense?
Yeah, we do one more.
Well, let's do it. Can we do a raisey handy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Oh, man. Just a minute. Here, I'm going to write one down, and then I've got to hurry and move some stuff, or I'm going to run out of disk space. So let's say I did, MnCO3. Let's say I did that one. Okay? Let's go raisey handy, and let's go to 10. Can you guys see that?
In this case, is carbon a 4 positive or a 4 negative?
Think
Which one?
doesn't matter. Somebody explain to her why it doesn't matter.
2. It's a polyatomic ion.
One of those polyatomics, right?
Yes.
Three.
One.
What number are we on?
I think we just got 4.
4, okay. Let's see, how many kids are we at? Let's go to 9. Let's go to 9. You not gonna get there?
5.
5? We get 4 more? 2 more? Well, that's going to have to be close enough. Well, what do I know carbonate is? You guys remember one time I told you to memorize these? It's a 2 negative, right? Well, that means my manganese has to be a 2 positive, right? And I would simply write manganese 2 carbonate, right? Okay. Yes or no? Yeah?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
You know how you did that one that was like the compound plus like whatever yield OH, like with the H2SO4? You know what I'm talking about? We did that a couple days ago.
So you're talking about how to make something an alcohol? Hydration? The hydration one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, with H2O.
So, if you go, all you gotta go back and remember is this. Let me go and find that, because I made that little table. I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me find it. Yeah, right here. This one? This is what you're talking about? No?
There was one, you had like a blank line, and you're like, what goes here? And then it yields OH. That's confused about it. You can't find it, but...
Well, just give me a minute. So it was like something I wrote and I just left a blank in it?
Yeah, you asked just like
What goes in there? Oh, just give me a minute.
It's on day 3.
It's on day 3.
Right below that HBR one, that page that you are on.
Well, I did that twice. Here I go. Just a minute. I'm almost to day 3. I got a whole stack of papers here. Alright, day 2. Alright, almost there. Day 3. Here we go. So, gotcha. This one right here. That right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I was trying to get out here is, if you want to make something an alcohol, which means you're going to add an OH to it, okay? What you take is this compound is where your alkene goes. Any alkene. So if I took, let's say I took, I don't know, let's say I took 2 butene. Well, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I did this, Yuri, it was you, Yuri, right? So let's say I took this. And this is going to be, this is where my H2SO4 goes because it requires a catalyst, right? And this would be an example of hydration because I'm adding water to it, right? Hydration. So I've got 2-butene. And I'm going to add water to that, right? Now, what do I have to remember here? Anybody remember? I just showed you this. I know Sierra knows the answer to this. Who remembers what I've got to remember here? Or at least look at? Not a soul? Markovnikov's. I got to remember Markovnikov's here. Markovnikov's rule, right? But if I look at 2-butene, 2-butene looks like this, right? These are the same things. And what would be in these two spots for both of these?
H2.
Well, these are just H's, right? And that carbon's got 4 bonds, that carbon's got 4 bonds, right? So now look at this. This carbon's got 1 H. This carbon's got 1 H. Does Markovnikov's rule matter here?
No, because they both have the same.
Exactly, because they both have the same number of H's. You see what I'm saying? Okay? But, if I did this, let's say I did this now. Now I went 1-butene. Does that change?
Yes, because one of them's in it.
Exactly, because this one has 2 H's, that one only has 1 H. So when I add H2O to that, this one right here is going to get the what?
The extra.
Well,
H.
the OH or the H? Because remember, it's H and OH, right? What's going to go here? What does Markovnikov's rule state? Anybody remember? Yeah, the one with more H's, right? Well, this has 2 H's, that only has 1 H. Wouldn't that get the H and that get the OH? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
So basically what you would end up with, this, with an OH right there. Because remember that double bond to break, and remember how we did that? Anybody know what that would be called? Does anybody know what it would end with?
That is butanol.
Yeah, but it would be, you're close. Is that you, Aaron?
Yeah, would it be 2-butanol?
Exactly, 2-butanol. Why would it be 2-butanol?
The second carbon's the
Exactly.
one that touches.
Exactly. The second carbon's where that alcohol is bonded to. That is exactly what you would say. Okay? Now, there is one thing I want to talk about really quick. And that is this. Confidence is sexy, people. Okay, we have spent a lot of time going over this. More time than I've ever spent with any other class reviewing for the test. Okay? I have shown you you go back and watch the videos, go back and look at my note cards, you have seen the main topic for every question on this test at some point in the last couple of weeks. Be confident going into this, okay? So, test. Somebody tell me when the test is.
Tomorrow at 9:30.
Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. That makes it 5:14. Okay? I will be here at 9 a.m. to answer any lingering questions. Okay? Test ends promptly at noon. And I assume, do any of you know whether or not your parents got my email? You know that email? Say that again? Okay, so I sent this to everyone and their parents. So everyone would be on board. It is the way it is. Okay? So tomorrow morning I will open this same chat up at 9, the same meet up at 9 for any lingering questions. When 9:30 hits, I will send you the password. Yeah. Hey.
And it's just on G-Tester, like the other one?
One second. Hold on, I got a phone call. Hold on, guys. Say that again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No way. Send a picture. Take a picture and send it to me, will you? Okay. Probably not. Probably not. And I'll have a chat with him today. Okay? Alrighty, thanks. Yeah, but you don't act that way. Yeah. Alrighty, thanks. Okay, bye. Alrighty, so what was the question in there? Sorry, Mrs. Hoffman called me. Somebody was asking me if...
Right?
What?
The test is going to be on G-Tester.
Yeah. This is no different than any other test we've taken. I'm giving you a little more time. But yeah, that's it. And it's 80 questions. Okay. Like I said, I'll open this up in the morning at 9 if you have any last questions. But at 9:30 prompt, we're starting the test and it ends at noon. There are no redos. There are no, I don't know. You got to take it. The college is being very strict on this, okay? Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Denton.
Yep.
Thanks, Denton.